In Shut Up and Dance, we meet someone who appears to be an everyday young man at work, someone that argues with their sister when stuff is taken from their room, and someone that views things online they may not necessarily be proud of. But what makes this young man different will force him to take a part in a scheme that will change his life forever. It's never revealed exactly how old Kenny is, but he's a young, quiet guy that still lives at home, seems to have healthy relationships with his family, and has a job at a fast food restaurant. His fellow crew members tease him from time to time, but overall, he seems like a pleasant individual. One night, after watching TV with his sister, the imagery from the screen makes him feel a certain way, and he heads to his room to get online. While online, he's prompted to download security software before heading to a site and taking care of himself. Shortly after he finishes, he gets a notification, "We know what you did," and he's given an ultimatum to participate in the demands of the sender with the strange avatar, or have the risk of having the footage of what he did sent to everyone in his contact list. In order to keep from having his secret revealed, he follows the demands of the mysterious sender and is ultimately forced into a do or be done away with situation. By the end of the episode, we discover the kind of sites Kenny was visiting, and if you were in support of him at the beginning of the episode, there's a strong possibility that you were against him by now. We get a glimpse of what it might look like if we get caught in the clutches of hackers after doing something we're ashamed of, and the dangers of peers taking the law into their own hands. But what stood out to me overall was the lack of sci-fi, or at least that's what I initially thought. After trying to figure out the point of what I just looked at, and seeing what everyone went through only to have their secrets revealed anyway, I started thinking of the hackers more as contractors than people working independently to enforce their own moral rules, and started leaning more towards the idea that this is a dystopian future, but not for the reasons like rogue hackers and drones on the surface. Throughout the episode, each participant had a way out: confess, deal with the public shame, and be done with it. But instead of fessing up to what they did, some of them chose to commit crimes in hopes of keeping their secret a secret, entrapping themselves. Between the tracking and forced camera footage creating evidence, the convenience of Kenny's exact location after everything else was said and done, the fact that the group never threatened bodily harm, and the fact that the information was never used for financial or political gain for the group, I started leaning towards the idea that the group was working with law enforcement, or they were law enforcement, like white hat officers, or as part of a reform program. What is it, red hat, white hat? I'm clearly not an expert in that. Working in exchange for lighter or dismissed charges. This is just my theory, of course, but this is Black Mirror, and the episode felt like a dystopian sting operation.